center of Cloud Foundry, Bluemix. And it's the thing that takes in your requests. Maybe your users are using a mobile app, using a web app, or it's an Internet of Things device, whatever it might be. Effectively, it's going to access a URL. I'm going to get very technical, URI. Yeah. So it's going to come in on a web address into Bluemix, and the router or the vendor is going to figure out, okay, which application needs to service this request. But also, it's going to figure out which instance of that application is the right one to service the request. Maybe because it's the only one that's working right now. Okay? Or it's the instance which is free. It's not got a lot, it's not doing a lot right now, so I'll pass it there. And there's a lot of work you can do actually to configure this. So you can let it figure it out itself. There are also services where you can decide, well, I want 70% of my requests to go here and 30% to go there. You can get sophisticated if you want. Basically, this is the thing that's going to load balance and distribute the requests that come in from the applications to the cloud-hosted services that deliver them. When your application is actually running, there's a set of containers that your application sit inside, and there's a bit more detail I think just here. So if you really want to get into this in detail, you can go off and find a lot about Cloud Foundry's architecture. But I always thought DEA was Drug Enforcement Agency, but they've used the same acronym in Cloud Foundry to describe a droplet execution agent. So droplet, what's that mean? Does that mean that it's leaking or something? I guess it's a pun on cloud. What's a cloud made up of? Water vapor. Water's vapor, it's droplets, right? So that's thinking, right? So these are the things that make up that cloud. And you can see you've got an application container. So this could be, for example, if you've heard of Docker, that could be the container, because Bluemix supports Docker. But so you've got a container. Around that, you've got a framework. What does that mean? Who's a Ruby programmer? Anyone into Ruby? There's a Ruby. So with the Ruby language, that's the programming language, but there are multiple frameworks. So I might have my runtime here, might be Ruby, because that's what my application is written in, downloading Eclipse all at once, installing it and getting it set up. But the command line is very easy to install. This is a very small bit of code you download, and it will really give you an idea of the principles of how this thing works. And then, as I said, the last piece are the Bluemix services. So a whole bunch of these things that you can deploy and run inside Bluemix. And when somebody defines a Bluemix service, there's a really powerful concept in Cloud Foundry called binding. So when you define a service, so say for example, you invent a new database. When you define that as a Cloud Foundry service, as a Bluemix service, you would be required to define what binding means. What does it mean for an application to use your database? All the configuration required for that. So what that means is that inside my own runtime, my own framework, in a language agnostic way, I can define how the application is going to use the database service, so that the user of it doesn't have to do any configuration. Because who likes setting up databases and configuring them to work with apps, or caching, or whatever you like? That's actually the onus is on the provider of the service to build that in. So that it takes seconds for you to say, this app needs to use this database, or this caching, or this whatever, or this piece of middleware. It's a really, really powerful concept. Containers. I said earlier about Docker. Who's heard of Docker? Yeah. So another thing you may want to add to your list of things to go and read up about. Docker is quite exciting. A lot of interest in the developer community around this piece of technology. And ever since I've been in IT, containers have always come in different shapes and sizes. J2EE was a container of the day when I started out. But what Docker is all about is saying, if I'm going to build something in the cloud, I want a container I can use in the cloud that also will run on my laptop. So I can build an application and say, well, on Monday I'm gonna work on it on my laptop, in a Docker container on my Windows machine. On Wednesday, I'm going to use my Linux desktop, and on Friday, I'm going to put it up into Bluemix. And my application would sit inside a Docker container, which would shield the app from the operating system and the runtime that it's running. So you get that nice portability of moving your application around during its entire life cycle, particularly during the development phase. So it's a very nice way of him that built the light bulb. Right? I was so infuriated by they're yeah, they're kind of they're standing up. If you want to have a short meeting, don't sit down. Is my advice. If you ever have a meeting room in your company, remove the chairs. Things will go quicker. So a scrum is usually standing up. If you walk around a software development lab and you see 7 or 8 people standing in a circle, right, they're probably scrumming. That's what they're doing. Right? So that's the idea. And the way the scrum works is the scrum master, who I think is the guy in the foreground, Scrum Master will basically invite each member of the team to talk about what are you working on and what are your blockers. So you say, today I'm working on this and I have no blockers. In other words, there's nothing stopping me from getting that done. I know about. Next thing I say, I'm working on this, and I'm stuck because I can't figure out how to do this piece or that piece. And that's what the entire team would now be aware that somebody had a problem, and someone else might say, well, actually, I know a guy who's worked on that before, my previous project. Let me get you in touch with them. It's a very brief but effective way of collaboration. And of course, software development tools like Bluemix can facilitate scrumming. It doesn't actually written. So to create, and it does it all for you. And then when you change it, or it can supplement your business. So you might build a service that you find really useful in your solution. Why stop there? Why not make that available for other developers to use? This is what we call APIs. So you could build a service, you could turn it into a building block, and you can put it into a platform like Linux, and you can make a business out of it. It's a bit like if you were playing Lego with your friends, and they will do that still. Somebody sees a building block in a Lego box. See, you like a building block, but by the way, 50 bob. You owe me some money. So it's a very business model that individuals and companies are working with. to other developers and their business partners. So if you go out and you Google, I forget the exact URL, but if you go out and Google Expedia like developer portal, you'll find a different website that they own, which is all about giving you APIs to do things like find hotels in a city or near an airport. Give me prices. Give me a picture of the hotels. Give me the rates, availability of rooms, refund a room, etc. They've taken all the services that they had to build their business, and they've made them available to developers. Now, here's the thing. Here's they sell holidays and flights to hotels. This is revolutionary. It's called the API economy. Developers use them. And then you have the wealth, big love by everybody. Or you can actually put them into our platform, and you can define a business model that says, hey, the first 1,000 are free, but after that you pay me this much money. So that can be very interesting. And again, Bluemix has a service called API management, where you can build those building blocks. You can meter and measure the usage, and then you can use that to monetize them if you wanted to. Very powerful concept. Of course, on top of, so we talked about platform as a service, talked about platform as a service services that other people can use. But when you've got the final application, the finished piece of software, there are app stores for mobiles. There are now app stores or marketplaces for cloud applications, SaaS applications. Here's IBM's, it's called the IBM Cloud Marketplace. So if you build a SaaS solution, you can register as an IBM partner, advertise and promote your SaaS service, your service in that cloud market. And that can enable you to reach a wider audience of customers. Bluemix has a great community online where you can ask questions, you can find tutorials, get help, etc. So we'll stop there. I think some applications if you bring your laptop, tablet, what have and we'll start to build some things. And hopefully by 5 o'clock, you'll build a couple of apps, and you'll get an idea of what you can do with this thing called Bluemix.
Escudo mestrado que yo ando en la pelea para ti, se dio Bluemix, añadió eso. Escudo mestrado, yo ando en la pelea para ti, Kisanda kuna kucheka mstu like hapo. Si ni kazi tunse lazima maliza ni post code but you guys did unaambia tu QR code.
Campus discount. And quickly we identify synergies on what we can do together. So he was very keen on trying out Bluemix. And I would like him to share his findings and the experience that he has with Bluemix so far.
Umeona vile na convert video hapo from YouTube streams itakuwa ready. YouTube short ikicho kuweka button kama kaa hivi, piga click piga kelele. Na the best thing zinakujia sasa hii nini
Okay, so you can hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, so I introduced myself, but I'll give my name is John Omondi, and I'm an entrepreneur, founder, CTO, T guy, sweeper, and all that of campus discounts. Okay, so university students get to view and share discounts hosted by businesses. I started this about three months ago. It will load the discount page for a pen. Those are similar discounts loading on the right. You can like a discount, which means that once you like a discount, if someone comments on it, you're notified. You can comment on it, and if this business has a website, you can actually click on checkout, and then it will take you to, the business's page where you can check out. You can buy that discount. You can buy that product. So you can comment and so much more. Basically, the way I like to describe it to people is picture Facebook, where the only content being liked, shared, and posted are discounts near you. And if you like a business because of the discounts they offer, you can choose to follow them. Okay, like let me go to this page. This discount has been offered by a business called Beyond Glam Africa. I'm loading the page right now. Yeah, so that's their page on campus discounts, and you can rate them according to their pricing, quality, service. You can follow them if you like. The business discounts they keep on offering. You can follow them. What it means when you follow a discount, you're notified every time they post a new discount. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is in a nutshell. That's what I've created. I'm the sole developer in this, and yeah. So, having said that, now I want to give you my experience of how I've actually been hosting and improving on my startup using IBM services, specifically Bluemix and Software. Okay. So, Bluemix, I think Ben did a good job at describing what Bluemix is. And maybe what he didn't touch on so much is Software, but I did hear you mention that. Basically, these are services, cloud services, they give you virtual private servers, you can host your database, you can host your cache, you can do so much. Okay? So ever since I created Campus Discount, I'm the sole developer as I mentioned, okay? So I have this need to keep on increasing the features, right? For example, if someone can kindly go here to this site, campus-discounts.com. Maybe my friend from Jacob. You said your name was Smith. Good. So just go to campusdiscounts.com and anyone else. I'm also heading there now. If you don't, I'm assuming you have a Facebook profile, Gmail. Yeah, you can just click on Gmail, log in with Gmail, and that's what the APIs he was talking about. Instead of asking him to, put in your username, password, email, blah blah blah. Just hook into the Gmail, Google API, and have you registered? It's still loading. Huh? Okay. I'll also touch into that a bit. It takes a few seconds, but luckily, after getting into the program of Bluemix and Software, they've actually given me up to $2,000 a month of their services. So I can provision, I've actually provisioned a couple of servers, and though I haven't made it live right now, but that has, on doing some tests, that has greatly increased the speed of the site. But I'll get into that. So have you? No, the site, campus site. Yeah. Just log in Gmail or Facebook. Just use one.
Yeah, Gmail is Facebook.
Yeah. Pardon?
Sign up.
You're signed up. Sorry, so
Huko mwisho ndio muonyeshe.
thanks. So my profile is profile 5. So you can just go to campus discounts /user/5. Okay. Okay, so I've logged in. That's basically. Let me show you the homepage. I'll be very brief. Okay. You found it? Okay, so basically, what happens when you log in? Like I said, it's just like Facebook. You get a timeline, and this timeline is what has been shared. Actually, I call it recommended by your friends. Okay, so there's a lot that goes on behind here, because you can imagine, you have friends. Your friends have posted something, and there's a lot of database queries that have to be made, and at the same time, these queries have to be live, because if someone likes, for example, that's one like. If someone likes a recommendation made by a friend, I have to show it live. So there's a lot of that goes on behind it, and it takes a lot of processing power, and that's why I'm saying I'm so happy that I got into this program of Bluemix and Software, because I don't have to worry about that. I just spin up a virtual private server, and my code runs there. Okay, so you've, you've seen my profile? Yeah, just send me a friend request. Oh, you have? You have? Huh?
Niingelia kitu kodi yote nachukara tu hizi zinachanjia ya WhatsApp.
I don't know if you people have seen. Sometimes it takes some time, huh? Yeah, that's what I was saying. When maybe you don't have powerful machines, and your code can lag a bit, but once you join this program, I can guarantee you the machines at IBM have the juice to push your code as quick as possible. Okay. So let me give you a live example of how I'm using Bluemix and SoftLab. There's a chat on the left. You know, you can see people who are, no one is online right now, but I can initiate a chat with some of my friends there. This application, the chat application, is using a legacy system. Basically, you know, like PHP and Ajax. You get Ajax. So I keep on sending, I keep on requesting my server every 15 seconds. Who's online? Which of my friends are online? I query for who of my friends are online. Can I send them a message? You know, that's a system that's a bit. It's not a bit. It's outdated nowadays. People use Node, right? Node.js. If you've heard about it, that's what you use for real time chat communication. Now, having moved to Bluemix, the benefit is that there's already an application for chat that's ready made. All I have to do is integrate it with my site. So, for example, uh, there's a blog about it here. You know how to create a HTML5 chat application on Bluemix with Node.js, Redis, and Socket.io. Those are the new technologies which basically you won't stress your server and the chat will be real time. You don't have to keep querying your server every 15 seconds. Is there a new message? Is there what? No. If the server gets a new message, it's sent immediately. So basically, there's a whole tutorial on that. But if you click run the app, I don't know if you can see the URL it's going to. There's already an application there. If any of you decide to go there right now, you can just put your username. Let me call it Don, and then I can start chatting. If any of you want to go to that URL, you can actually experience a real-time chat system that's very efficient. So basically, as Ken invited me to speak about what I'm doing and how I'm using Bluemix and software to add features to my application and to make it better. And at the same time, it's free because yeah, it's free. Yeah, currently there's a lot of grandfathers, which is okay. But you have to ask yourself, who started it all? It's the youth, right? It's the young guys who started using the Facebook and the WhatsApp, and then gradually it was absorbed by the I've majored in PHP, and PHP is a good language, but you can't really use PHP for chat because it has limitations. So the new languages that are used for chat, is Node.js, right? And for me as a developer, and being the sole developer, I need to now start learning that new language so that I can improve the chat feature of my site. It can take me weeks, if not months, especially since I have other things to do. But luckily, like I said, I came here, I found out about Bluemix, and the best thing is that they already have a solution. So I'm going home this weekend, take maybe a day or two, and by Monday you'd find I'm using the new chat hosted on Bluemix for free, and my site is faster. People are happy. My user experience, the users on my site will be happy. It won't be, as sluggish as it is right now.
So it's the Bluemix chat that you're going to incorporate into your.
Okay, that chat on Bluemix is actually just a blog post on how you can create one. Yeah, but that's the one I'm going to incorporate. It's not really Bluemix chat. You can use it anywhere else. But the good thing is that there's already a blog post on how to create it and how to actually push it to Bluemix and make it live. So it's all done for me. Bluemix. The one thing I've found about it is it's plug and play. You need this, you just plug and play, take you 30 minutes, 1 hour, you're up and running. Which for startups, which many of us are going to have, that's really important because you can iterate really quickly and push your product out there really fast and improve on the features. Yeah, so right now, as you've seen, it's a slow one, but maybe by Monday, I'll be
So
done.
if the Lumix channel, does it support mobile? People who are
Yeah,
mobile?
yeah, it does. Actually, I gave the link. Huh? You can go with your mobile phone. Though don't use Opera Mini because Opera Mini, disables JavaScript. But if you have Chrome on your phone, it will work. That's the link.
Have you heard of the application called
No.
Plura works with this kind of ideology. You want you see like the discounts at the moment it's the shopkeepers or the people selling products giving the discounts. So if you're not close to that, you have to move to that, right? Plura works with the dispensation of, let's say we want a discount, like let's as a group here we want a discount. So I start a chat and as people join in, let's say it's just like a 10% off on something, let's say on a service or a product or on anything. So when it's 10% off, it starts as a let's say 10 people, 25 people. So then the managers at Pluro go to the shopkeeper or anything and they work out on
So it's like group.
something, okay, but they work on that discount. Then they add, let's say more people join in, hence the discount becomes larger. So for instance, like you can look at how they are working out and see if you can incorporate this because it would be better if the students, the users themselves decide whether they want to get the discounts out from the moment.
Okay, that one I'll be very happy to discuss because it's specific to campus discounts maybe a bit later on, or maybe as we have our. But one thing I can tell you is that I keep on adding features to campus discounts every day. Every day. Like this past week, I added a feature where if someone follows your page, you can get to know if someone recommended you to follow a certain page, so that that business can give a reward.
Nimepasa.
UX designers,
Okay.
for marketers, all those things will come. So that is the beauty of being an entrepreneur, and then let me take off, right? On the question that my friend here asked about that specific solution, there are similarities and differences between what we're doing and what campus discounts are doing. And I think
Bake. Then jinga anaichapa au niko ile imepita nazo hivyo venye ulikuwa unataka kufanya. Eh. Eh.
Umse wa first aid. Nini mbaya tumeanza
It's just all of us. We're not gonna buy it.
Actually,
Oh, like should I I get what you're saying. Yeah, and then eventually it doesn't matter. That's what matters.
just because the greatest languages are only speak, but they don't have as much skills.
Hi. Hello? Hi, uko town?
So when someone records it,
Unaweza karibi Ngombo ya hapo Uchumi Hyper. Hello? It's just opposite Uchumi Hyper Ngombo. So actually pick up. Yeah. Yeah, kwenyewe, yeah. So if you can come over, that's okay. So,
you walked from that city. Let me see. Then you check and check with that speech.
Haina shida.
And then
Okay, are we ready? So we're starting in another 4 minutes or so. So let's get you settled down. Those who have not cleared their plates, let's do so. Once you're done with the bottle, please pass it over. Bottle of soda, not water.
You're planning on following along your laptop. We'll obviously need to register links. If you haven't done that already, there's a link on here. In order to use the command line tool to interact with Linux, you need to download that code. You can get it on GitHub. The links will start here. So it's only a small file, but the sooner you start downloading it, the sooner the bandwidth is freed up for When you go to GitHub, there's a lot of information there. You want to find the installer. You'll find the binding as well. If you really enjoy getting binary code and compiling it, please be my guest. I recommend you download the installer for your platform, whether that's Windows or Linux or what have you. Once you've installed the Cloud Foundry command line tool, you open a command line. On Windows, you type cf, and that you'll get a verify whether you've got it installed. Well, it says command not found, you know, it's not.
From the blueprints or from the
There's a link with all those changes. Saves us all waiting to get there.
Na download Rathem download ile ya zaidi kama zikakopa. Like YouTube. Now you are ready. Nini kiko wapi?
So I'll leave those links that you need on the screen at the bottom to register and also to download the online tool. Remember, it's the installer that you want. Not the bindings.
Kwa nini eti hapo hivi?
When you download the installer, it'll take too long to get that installed. Just all the default options should be fine. And once you've done that, let's Linux. So if you open up a browser if you haven't already and log into Linux, it looks something like this. You'll notice there are links to the community where you can interact with other developers, documentation. So this idea of building applications with multiple runtimes that work consistently. This is how we do this. Within Cloud Foundry, the runtime model is extensible. That's how we added all these runtimes, and that's why from time to time you'll see new runtimes appear in this list. You'll also notice this one called Community Build Pack. Build Pack is Cloud Foundry's term for enabling you to add runtimes. So if you were to click on that link,